everyone. Welcome again to another Q&A session where we answer your questions. And today we're going to be talking about a subject that gets asked so many times, and
it's a tough subject as well.
Yeah, it's a very difficult subject because people are very sensitive about, religion.
Religion, a big word.
Yeah.
We don't want to start no wars at the end of this subject.
Exactly. We don't want to, yeah. So,
okay.
Just appreciate that this is obviously a difficult subject to please everyone, but we're just gonna give
our perspective.
Exactly, our points of view. It's not gospel. It's just how we live our lives, and since you asked, we can only answer as honestly as we can.
What we say is not gospel, as Primrose said.
No.
We're just going to give our opinions on it.
Yeah.
And then after that,
and what works for us.
Yeah.
And
you might agree, you might not agree.
Exactly. But that's not the point of this. It's just giving an opinion, and you guys just getting to know us a little bit better. And we always try to be as honest and transparent in all of our videos, even the difficult ones that we have to answer, isn't it?
So
without further ado, let's get going.
So there's a couple of questions. We're going to read one at a time. A lot of people have asked these questions about religion, but we're going to read one that covers most of it. Okay. So this question's from Amazonio. He or she, I'm assuming it's a she, says, "Hey Primrose, I was wondering how you guys handle coming from different religions. Did you give up your religion? Was it difficult? What kind of faith do you teach your children? And why did you guys decide this?" Basically, she's just curious because her boyfriend and herself have not decided what they're going to do.
Okay. So I think in that question there's a few questions within one question. So I think the first part was, did I have to give up my religion? And the answer was, no, I didn't have to give up my religion. I was brought up as a Christian when I was younger. My mom was very religious, and she still is very religious. So every Sunday we used to go to church, every Tuesday and Thursday as well. We used to go to Yes, we used to go to church, and
she's like a nano.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. We used to go 3 times a week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and but
you crack me up. Wow.
Yeah. So I know the Bible a little bit. I used to know more of it before, but I think I've forgotten quite.
You studied at a nunnery, though, didn't you?
Yeah, and then my secondary school education was at a convent school, and yes, I was taught by nuns and everything with their outfits and a lot of it. So you
know the Bible quite a lot.
So I know the Bible verses, and then I tried other religions as well. They were mainly within the Christian sphere. I've read Buddhism and other religions, which I find quite interesting. But how were you brought up?
So with myself, it's not as exciting.
It's hardly exciting.
Okay, so I'm born. Obviously, I'm Sikh, so I was brought up in the Sikhism religion. First and foremost, as you know, Sikh people wear turbans. They have long beards, the ones that show the image. My parents never kept long hair for us, and obviously I never really kept a long beard as I got older. So my receding hairline is natural. It's not from pulled hair. But yeah, so that's why my forehead's big. It's just receding hairline. So yeah, so we were brought up in a Sikh household. Our household wasn't very extremely religious like Primrose's was. We only went to Gurdwara now and again. We attended Gurdwara, the Sikh holy temple, on weddings, on religious events, for blessings, and most of the time the praying was done at home. So my mum used to do, every Sunday she'll pray, she'll go around the house, she'll pray around every room, she'd have hymns on in the background. She wouldn't let you eat meat that day. And we had the religious food, so we knew to an extent what Sikhism was about. I don't know enough, so I'm not going to say anything religiously about Sikhism, because I could be wrong and I don't want to upset anyone. So yeah, that's how we were brought up in our household. So I respected the religion. I was proud of being a Sikh, and I still am proud of being a Sikh.
Yeah.
And but religiously, I don't attend the Gurdwara as much as I probably should. I do attend on like events, as I said.
Yeah, we go for what's it called? So when someone gets married, we go. We go for blessings, for friends and stuff like that when they're buying houses or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So in regards to converting.
Did you have to convert to Christianity?
No, or any compromises that we had to make when we got married.
Yeah.
I didn't convert to Christianity, obviously, and Primrose was not that into the religion that she was going to make me convert to Christianity, and vice versa.
Yeah, I didn't have to convert to Sikhism because
I'm not staunch.
He's not staunch anyway, and I wouldn't really want to convert to a religion for love because he met me for who I am.
Yeah.
It wasn't because for converting purposes.
Yeah, that from my perspective.
For me, that would have been a deal breaker if he wanted me to convert to whatever religion. I'd be like, no, because for me, I think religion is it's a very personal thing, and it's something that you have to get moved within your heart. And just to get moved for love or for feeling that I'm going to lose him will be completely against what I believe. I believe to be always honest to myself as a person, and just never forced that onto me. And if he did, this is something that we'd have had to talk about, because this is something that I wouldn't have been able to do. So what about you if I converted you to Christianity?
If you tried to convert me to Christianity, I would have just turned, or any religion for that matter, I would have probably just walked away, because I'm really proud of being a Sikh, and I think religion is for yourself. So for me, I'm proud of being a Sikh. I don't need to throw anything in your face, and I don't need to tell you about Sikhism unless you come and ask me about it. So then I'll tell you about it. But other than that, I don't believe in forcing the religion on someone, especially when you're going to get married, to turn around and say, look,
now
we're going to get married, but do you know what, my mum's not really with it, but if you convert, that I think that's just completely wrong.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that, and I'm not using that as a reason to make my prospective partner become my religion if she's not my religion, which Primrose obviously isn't.
Exactly.
So that's
for anyone else, if that's what you want to do and that's what you feel, you do that.
As long as it makes you happy.
Exactly. But from our point of view, we were just very very open about it. Like, look, I'm not converting to a religion because I love you, and I don't want to feel that there is conditions to our love, that I have to be stuff that I'm not inside my heart. And the same for him. He didn't have to convert to be a Christian to be with me. And so religion wise, it was never
but we definitely learned about each other.
Yeah,
you know a lot about the Bible, and I know I bought some books back from when I went to the Golden Temple. Just before we got married.
Exactly.
When I went to India, just before, and Primrose, and they were translated in English, so Primrose read up.
Exactly, because I wanted to know the background information of what you grew up believing, because I think I love reading. I'll literally read anything. So I just wanted to know what is Sikhism about, how did this religion come about, and just to learn a little bit about it. So
and it shows part of your character, I think, as well, because you knew that obviously we were quite traditional.
Exactly.
In the family, so it's part of your culture as well. Like, your religion sets your beliefs and part of how you are as a person. So
that was exactly. So that was about the religion one, and then our kids.
In regards to the kids now. Okay, you can.
In regards to the kids, because like we said, both of us are not very
hardcore,
staunch, hardcore Christian or Sikhism. We don't really force it on the kids. You know, in our home, it's about being a good person. I personally feel that the person I am deep down in my heart, when nobody's looking, when I'm alone with God or just alone, that's the person who counts the most. I don't want to just be good when I go to church. I don't want to just be good to, I don't know, to feel like I'm gaining brownie points to get to heaven, or to get, like, I don't know, extra points for going to paradise, or whatever it is, all these different religions that I've read. I feel that inside my heart, I'm as pure as I can, and I do things that I feel is authentic and honest to the Creator. And if I don't follow, I don't know, a specific religion, I don't really feel that that's important, because that's what I teach the kids, that you need to be a good person, you need to be kind, you need to be considerate, and there is a divine power out there. And for me, it doesn't have a specific name, but I know that there is one.
In all honesty, all the religions believe in one God, most of them.
Exactly.
One higher power. So if we just go on that, I believe also that there's one. I will always teach the kids that look, there's one higher power out there. We don't know if it's God. We don't know what it is. But in Sikhism, this is how we believe. We have gurus, teachers, and they are basically messengers from God.
Yeah.
And vice versa in Christianity, they have their
Jesus and different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, in regards to religion, I agree with Primrose that a lot of our religious beliefs are core based on what we grew up as.
Yeah.
But with the kids, I agree with Primrose that we need to base it more on spirituality and just being a good human being. Because there's too many people that are bad human beings out there. I want my kids to have kindness in their heart.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, God wants you to be a nice person.
Exactly.
God wants you to be respectful.
I think at the core of yourself, you should be a good person, not just say, I am this, so that automatically qualifies me as a good person. And we don't think that at all, do we?
And in every religion, you'll always find that really the principle of it is about being a good human being.
Exactly.
And it's about love thy neighbour.
Yeah.
So if you can't love thy neighbour, then there's something wrong with you, because that is humanity is what it's all about. And I think at this time that we're living, that's what it should be about, because things aren't too great at the moment around the world.
And your neighbour is probably not a Christian. They could be, I don't know, a Jewish person or any. So does that mean that if you're not the same religion, you cannot get on?
Them.
I don't think so. I think religion is mainly, I think for most religions, what they're teaching is about loving each other. That's all. I mean, if
love is religion,
exactly,
right? Yeah, exactly.
If people practice love, that say that they're Christian, like so many problems in this world will go away.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I've been to like a lot of religious events, and Primrose has, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen people that act like they're very religious, and when they leave the temple, wherever they're going, where they've been, so they've been acting all religious, and all of a sudden they're then talking bad about the guy that was sitting next to them at the temple, and about what his kids have done, and various other things, and you think to yourself, how are you a good human being? Like, you're sitting there, you're lying to God.
Yeah.
You're sitting there praying, and then you're leaving the temple, and you're talking bad about everyone.
Exactly.
And how can that be?
How can that be a good thing?
That can't be.
Like, you didn't see like Jesus 1 minute preaching about God, and then the next minute doing something completely different.
Yeah, being bad.
You know, I don't know. So religion is a very touchy subject, and that's what we feel about it, and that's what we teach the kids. I think you can see from the kids' video.
Love everyone, show everyone respect.
Love, kindness,
respect
very
their
important.
beliefs.
Yeah. Even with Harvey and Phoenix as well, but he's too small at the moment. Like when we go out to a restaurant, if we've got leftover food, or if we want to just buy extra food, and we get her to go and give it to a homeless person, because I want her to be able to open her eyes when she's older and see that there's people who are lower than you, and help them.
And you should help them.
Exactly. Just because you have money and stuff like that, it doesn't mean that you should forget the other people who are suffering. So this is something that I teach, and she always says that, isn't it? Oh, that man, but why was he homeless? And she doesn't understand, like, well, why wouldn't she have a home?
She's very kind already, and she shares really well.
Yeah.
She's very good at sharing.
Exactly. So I said to her, like, never look down upon anybody, because I believe that God could appear in any person. How do you know that beggar on the street is not
an image of God? In you?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's all good energy that you're putting out.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
And it's positive. It's everything that you're doing is positive.
Yeah.
I mean, and just to end that conversation, in regards to like Christianity and Sikhism, we will tell the kids about it, because we want them to know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, your identity is Christianity, your identity is Sikhism, and this is what Sikhism is about, and this is how many gurus there were, and these are the battles that they fought for that religion.
Yeah.
So these are your identities, and you can never change your identity. You can do what you want, but you're never going to change who you are and what you've been brought up.
And that's the same as Christianity. We'll tell Havana about Jesus and stuff like that, and we'll tell her, you know, when you grow up, you can choose what religion you want to follow, but the background where you came from, or your parents came from, and this is what we believed. So that's
the question on that.
Yeah. Was there anything
There was
else?
another question that vaguely touches on religion as well, which
we
was quite good.
We get a lot of questions, like, my boyfriend is Jewish, and I'm this, how...
But with this question, it's from a girl named Lana K. And so she did ask Primrose, are you the same religion as Jazz? Which obviously she isn't.
Yeah.
Did you have to convert to marry him? Which you've already answered. No.
Yeah.
We didn't. No one converted to any particular religion. Alright, and the question that I thought was quite interesting, she asked, was can people who have different religions, for example Christianity and Hinduism, still marry each other and have the relationship work long term?
Yeah.
And that question I thought was good because
exactly.
you can't. You know, if you've got two people with two different religions in a relationship, it can work at the start. Because you're in love with each other, maybe you're not trying to convert each other.
Yeah.
But one might be more religious than the other one.
Yeah.
So what you got to remember is that at some point in your relationship, you're probably going to have children, and when you have children, that's when it could affect your relationship. Because if that female or male who is of a particular religion is more stronger and starting to go deeper into the religion as you've been together, they might say, "Wait a minute, I want my kids growing up as part of my religion," and they might force that onto the children, which in turn might get your back up, and then you start drifting apart as a couple. Because now you're angry and getting resentful towards this person because that's not who you married, and he or she is now trying to convert your kids into that religion, which you knew when you got married but you never thought was part of your relationship.
So we say, like, if that was the case for you, the thing you need to do before you get really serious is to talk about this.
Definitely.
We talked about when we have kids, what's going to happen, because it was
You did, yeah.
Because I was like, it's important to me that I wanted to make sure that religion wasn't going to be something that's going to cause conflicts later on. Do you know what I mean? So with you and your boyfriend, is something that you have to sit down and talk about.
Make it clear before you get serious in it.
Whatever answers come up, you need to know.
Don't kid yourself.
Yeah. Can I deal with this in the future? Don't just be blinded by love and stuff like that, because this is the foundation.
Yeah, because later, as I said, that part of it could ruin your relationship once that person in that relationship starts enforcing that religion onto your children. And if that's not what you wanted when you first started your relationship, it can break you up, because you could be like, wait a minute, I don't agree with the you're changing and the kids are changing, and
I feel
I feel left out. I don't want to be part of this religious relationship. The whole point was we love each other. That was our religion. And what's going on here? And that will break you up. So be very careful when you get into a relationship with someone from a different religion.
It's like talk it out and make sure you both understand what's going to happen when we get married.
Let's amicably decide that we're going to have a bit of both. If we're both religious, we're not going to force any particular religion on the kids. We're going to when we have kids, this is going to happen. When we die, what's going to happen? All these like major questions and issues you have to really talk about before you get married, because once you get married and then things start changing, that's when, because we discussed it and you asked me, because obviously you're not very religious, and Primrose asked me, and I said, look, I'm not madly religious, I just hope that you're not I wouldn't want you to be that way, but I don't mind going to church and I don't mind going to Gurdwara. So for me, it's fine as long as our life isn't based on religion.
Exactly, I'm drugging you too.
Yeah, because I'm not marrying you.
Sunday mass every day.
I'm not marrying you that way, but I didn't marry a religious girl like you. That's not who I married. So we did have that discussion.
That's it. I think it's important to have that discussion. And like we said, the kids have been to the Gurdwara, they've been to church, they know at the moment about Jesus dying on the cross, they know about Sikhism.
They know what's expected when you go to these holy places.
Exactly, like you cover your head and, things like that. So that's how we deal with religion in our families. And
we had one more. People are asking whether the kids are speaking another language.
Oh, yes.
Which we almost forgot. So in regards to another language, I know Punjabi. Primrose doesn't know language from Shona.
I can understand Shona, but I don't speak it, because I came to England when I was 12, and then I don't know, gradually I just lost the language, which I'm really upset about, because like now I'm a mom, I want my kids to be able to speak my language, right? And
I speak Punjabi.
He speaks Punjabi
speak it really
fluently.
Well. I can't read it, I can't write it, but I do speak the language. But with me, when I was growing up, my siblings, my brother and my sister, we never spoke in Punjabi to each other. We always spoke in English. So for me, and with my dad, I always spoke in English, and with my mum, I always spoke in Punjabi. So now I speak to my dad in Punjabi, out of respect. I think as I've gotten older, I've started doing it, but I still speak to my siblings in English. So for me, I find it I've said to people, I find it a bit awkward speaking to my. I know it's not awkwardness, it's actually laziness. If I'm honest, I'm probably just being lazy because I'm talking to my wife in English.
Exactly.
And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, she's talking to me in English, and now I'm going to try and talk to my children in Punjabi, which really I have to make a conscious effort to do, and I haven't actually done it, and that just comes down to sheer laziness, in all honesty.
And I've told you should.
Yeah, and I do.
Kids need to learn another language.
But the thing is, I know there's no excuses.
There's no excuse.
But at least I'm honest. But I don't even speak to my brother and sister in Punjabi.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I feel awkward speaking to my kids in Punjabi.
Exactly.
No.
But your mum tries to teach the kids.
Even though, as I said, I think it's just laziness, and I feel a bit stupid saying what I'm saying, but I think it is just laziness, really.
Yeah, but your mum tries to speak in Punjabi to them, and my mum tries to speak in Shona to them, but because we don't see them often enough.
It has to be regular. And we see them every other week, my parents. So when we're going round there having dinner, they're having a great time, but then my mum starts speaking to them in English. So I said, Mum, just speak to Havana in Punjabi and Phoenix in Punjabi. But they look so confused when Mum's talking to them.
Why are you speaking saying those funny words?
I'm like, Mum, just do whatever you can. If they pick up a few words and they start go and get me dinner in Punjabi, then they'll see Dad does it and they might understand, wait a minute, okay, that's what it means.
That's it.
So they might not speak it, but they may understand it as they get older. So yeah, I'm a bit of a lame-o really.
Oh, come on, Hav is good at languages as well, isn't it? Hav shows a natural talent for languages.
Because she can read numbers in Spanish.
She can count in Spanish. She can, because we had an au pair living with us for 2 years that was Spanish, and she started picking it up from them because obviously they'll speak Spanish when they're on the phone. So she has a natural ability for it, but we're just rubbish, really.
Yeah, we're lame.
Can't be good at everything.
Come on, man, we got on our head. Give us a break.
So yeah, anything else you want to say?
No, that's it in regards to religion. I mean, if you have any more questions, then again you can ask. Because you can't cover everything, you forget a few things that maybe people have asked, which are really good questions. But just shoot if you guys want to ask anything else.
Yeah. And if you've asked a religious question that wasn't really covered in what we've just spoke about, repost it in the comment section below, because sometimes we get so many comments and after a while we sort of lose them because there's just thousands of them. It's hard to find them again. So if you haven't answered your specific question that's not covered here, just leave your question in the comment section below and we'll do our best to address your question. Otherwise, share our videos and give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And that's it really, isn't it? And on that note, we're gonna let you go, guys. So bye for now. Bye.
See you again soon.
See you in the next video.